comfortable now in your rocket seat and come along with us. We're leaving planet Earth right now aboard our rocket bus. Space Cowboy's here, so's his crew from International Space Station Earth. Traveling light years all the time while standing on his turf. Along the journey much to see, collapsing space and time. No dangers here in this dimension, no hate, no death, no crime. We go anywhere we want to go, we think and we are there. Striving for balance in all we do, and no need at all for fear.
Hi, my name's Pam Leestema, and I'm a school teacher. I have been teaching for 28 years, second and third grade, but mostly second grade. And I love space, and I love space education. And there is this certain person called Space Cowboy that there is nobody in the world like him. He comes in and he makes a difference. So you listen to him and he'll get you excited, because if you're not excited about space, then you never will be. So he'll come in and he'll make a difference and make a difference in your classroom. So listen to him. He's got good things to say.
Did you know that our number one obstacle in getting to Mars is getting along? Think about that. Somebody has a bad hair day and there goes the crew. What do you guys think about that? Probably time to get along, huh? And really work on it and be a team, right? We're all team members, aren't we? Riding this range. Isn't that right? Oh, howdy folks in TV land. It's always good to see you Space Cow folks out there. We're just having a little discussion here, Jose and Alfredo, and we're talking about going to Mars. Because we went to the moon, and these young pioneers of the 21st century are going to Mars. And if they don't go there physically, but I think they will, they're at least going to see who does go there. And it's going to be a very bright future indeed for Jose and Alfredo. They are here to help us talk about science. They are here to tell us about volcanoes, which are just big old mountains of fire, which is not a good thing sometimes, especially if you live right next door. Oh, excuse me. I am a professional space cowboy that practices edutainment. And I'm going to edutain you tonight along with Jose and Alfredo so that we can get a better picture of what's happening in the world. And we are going on a ride into the human brain. Exploration, we call it. And thanks to exploration, we have all these nifty things out there, like SUVs and cell phones and disposable diapers and all kinds of different things. 40,000 different things by simply going to the moon, which wasn't so simple, by the way. Took years and years of practice, drills, studying, listening to our parents, doing our homework, making our bed every single day. And I know my pioneers of the 21st century here do that. Isn't that right, Jose?
Yes.
How about you, Alfredo? You were telling me you make your bed every day too.
Yes.
And that's incredible, because what that does for us is responsibility, organizational skills, and discipline. And through discipline, we achieve strength and honor and courage. What a powerful combination. It will drive us through here like a locomotive speeding on its tracks. So do you guys have any questions about what's going on tonight with our show here, our edutainment? No. How about you, Alfredo? What's your question?
If this is gonna be so fun.
You bet it's going to be fun, because we're going to saddle up and we're going to ride the range. And that's incredible. We're going to have a really, really good ride. Thank you, Space Cal folks out there in TV land, for wanting to be here tonight, for wanting to learn, for wanting to have a great time with our edutainment. Here's something right here that comes from volcanoes. Right there. Isn't that beautiful? That's what volcanoes can do for us on a good day. On a bad day, maybe it isn't so nice, especially if we live right there on the rim. This came from Vesuvius. And Vesuvius is an incredible volcano in Italy. And that's where Vulcan, the god of volcanoes, first lived. That's where they thought that he lived. And that's where this came from right here. This necklace came from Vesuvius, where they were first basically blown up by volcanoes. That's what happened over there in Italy. And 3 different towns went. Pompeii, Herculaneum, and another one. And that's just the way it goes. When you live by a volcano, the living's good until it blows its top. And what we're going to do this evening is we're actually going to have a volcano, an operational volcano, thanks to Jose and Alfredo. And we're going to actually see the inner workings of this system. And it's going to be an incredible evening, fun-filled evening with plenty of edutainment. And so we just want you to saddle up and we want you to ride this range with us, because it's going to be an incredible ride. And would you guys like to say anything about that? What do you guys think about that?
Fun.
Fun. What else?
Fun to learn.
Fun to learn. And isn't this beautiful?
Yes.
That's because of a volcano right there. They got that right there. That's beautiful. My wife loves this. She really thinks it's special. So we'll put that on that saddle horn right there. This is Jose's saddle. And this saddle is a famous saddle. Juan Lara out of Santa Barbara built this saddle. And he builds saddles for a living. And we have 2 great saddles from the Arroyo Hondo Ranch. And they were used to ride Morgan Percherons. And that's a big draft horse that has a lot of weight to him, and he's used for hauling wagons. And what wagon they were pulling, what just happened to be an old wagon that was used back in the 1800s. So these saddles and the wagon and all of that are historical, and they're fun to learn about. It's a very fun time for us to learn. And we will talk a lot about machines as well as natural history. And we understand, of course, that thanks to machines, there's more opportunity now than there ever has been in the history of humankind. It's just incredible what's going on here. Oh.
Video for Volcanoes on Mars, Space Golf.
Yee-haw, which means left, right, which equals balance. And look at this, we even have our space dog at my feet, our space hound. And he is alive and well, and he just wants you to come on over and say yee-haw, space hound. And with that, oh, there's our other little space dog. We have a little one and a big one. And space dogs are fun. Space dogs love to be with space cow folks. And that's important because space cow folks love to be with the space dogs, vice versa. And what a wonderful thing. Animals are a wonderful, wonderful thing. I believe life would be somewhat boring, but with them it's exciting and it stimulates the human mind to have animals. And it's helpful to have horses too, because how do you ride the range without a horse? Right, fellas? We're in trouble without our horse, because then we have to walk. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to saddle up and we're riding the range. Yee-haw. We're going to see a short video, by the way, of a moon around Jupiter, one of Jupiter's moons, named Io. And Io is special because it has over 100 active volcanoes. So that's incredible right there in itself. And this is NASA footage from a probe that went around and checked out these volcanoes and saw how they were operating. You know, they were always looking to see how the system operates. And so what we're going to do is we're going to see that video, and then we're going to go into real volcano that was built by our two pioneers of the 21st century here. And they are going to show us the inner workings of these volcanoes. Okay? There's lots and lots of volcanoes on this earth. And this earth is still forming. There were volcanoes on the moon. And now there's volcanoes on Io. There were volcanoes on Mars. Actually, the tallest volcano in the solar system is on Mars. 15-mile tall Olympus Mons. And that's a big old shield volcano, which means that there's multiple calderas around the summit of this huge, huge volcano, which has, it's as large as some states in this country, in the United States. And it's incredible. So we're going to be doing a lot of fun things, and welcome to the wonderful world, once again, of edutainment, where we take education and we spice it up with entertainment. And it's a yee-haw kind of day. Back, folks. Now we're with Alfredo and Jose, and we're going to do a project that can be done right at the house. And they're going to go through step by step and explain to us how this volcano actually works. So with that, gentlemen, let's hear about all about our volcano project here. Thank you so much.
Okay, well, right here we have 3 volcanoes. The biggest one is here. This one is made by him, and this one we made to show to the class. Well, first, if you want, you could put in the vinegar first. See, that's the vinegar. Pour it in. Next, you want to put the red food coloring. All you have to do is pour a little bit. Okay. Next, you have to put in the baking soda. Right there. Food coloring. There's the bubbling up.
Hot magma.
Okay.
Wow.
And right here we put trees to demonstrate another dinosaur. Now my friend Alfredo will do it. Okay, we're gonna put the same stuff, but now I'm gonna make this one. Okay, baking soda first, remember? Where's the baking soda? Okay. You could do it 2 different ways. First, if you want, you could put in the baking soda first, then some red food coloring.
So baking soda and food color.
Or else you could do it, and then at last you put the vinegar. Yeah. Or you could do it the other way.
That's excellent, gentlemen.
Now we'll both do this one. And these, you could do it with Play-Doh or cardboard. It doesn't
Clay or
matter.
something.
Clay or cardboard. These are all made from cardboard. Okay. First we're gonna put in the baking soda or vinegar. See, oh, bubble up. And if you put in the baking soda and the vinegar, it will blow, it will bubble up before you can even put the it's becoming.
Oh, that's excellent. Very excellent.
Okay, we made this, and our teacher, Mrs. Center, showed us how to make this.
Okay, it's gonna be for all you guys. Snack.
Okay, first, Mrs. Center taught us this.
You get a spoon with like this is the core.
There's the in core, outer core. Then the beans
You get
are
bean
the
dip
magma.
or the magma. Then the chips.
The chips represent the crust and the plates.
Yeah, the plates around the world. So let's make this.
This looks like it's edible.
Okay, now we put the chips. You can put more than 3 or however you want to put in it. Here you go.
And now what do I do with this, Jose?
You could eat it.
You can eat it.
Oh, I can eat this. Well, thank you so much.
And again, this represents the inner core, outer core. This represents the magma.
Not bad.
And we did this in class. All the kids liked it.
This is really good, guys.
And okay, Space Cowboy, we can ask you some questions too.
Oh, good. Ask me all the questions you
Okay.
can.
What does the plate represent?
The plate represents a plateau.
No.
The plate represents a volcano. The plate represents what?
The core.
The core.
The inner core
Oh,
and outer
okay,
core.
okay. I'm following. I'm tracking now.
And what does the beans represent?
Pardon me, sir?
What does the beans represent?
Magma.
Right.
What is it? There's two things that the chips represent.
What do they represent? What-
They represent
Plates and crust.
Plates and crust.
Yes.
Oh, we made enough.
Well, that volcano tasted great. Well, I was supposed to eat the volcano, right?
No.
Oh, I wasn't? Oh. I can never pass up nice beans, that's for sure. So these volcanoes, how long does it take to build these volcanoes?
Well, it could take a long time, like,
Depends
if
how you make it.
Yeah, if you want to make it like big, first, you have to roll it up, and we did it with the carton. This all rolled up,
Uh-huh.
butter.
You could you put tape on it.
Yeah, put tape on it.
Tape.
And we put this,
Careful.
A
we
cup.
put this cup in it. So, because if we put it all the way down right here,
Right?
when it comes up, it's gonna go down again.
I see.
So we put a cup in it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, gentlemen. We appreciate everything that you've done for us here. This is a wonderful experiment that can be done right at the house. It's a project that can be done right at home. And it's a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeehaw! And now we're going to watch a video on volcanoes, which just happened to be located on Io, which is a moon around Jupiter. Thank you so much, Alfredo, for coming and showing us your volcano. We really, really appreciate that. And the volcano, just keep in mind, could be on Io. where there's over 100 active volcanoes. And thank you, Jose, for coming by and showing us what's going on with your project that can be done at home. And we definitely appreciate that, sir. Thank you both. And so now we're going to go to the video and roll the tape.
Io is a pretty interesting satellite. We have some people with remarkable imaginations, but none of them had imaginations good enough to expect what we found on Io. It's a very remarkable object in the solar system. This is a color photograph showing it has a very goldish, reddish color with some white areas. Now, we expected Io to be a little different, and we expected it to have some salt flats on it, and I think it does. But one of the first things we noticed is that there seems to be no evidence of cratering. These other bodies have all shown craters from impacts, and so why shouldn't Io? Well, we thought maybe as we got closer we'd find more, but we didn't. We should have been suspicious of a few of the other features. This rather strange-looking ring feature here about in the center doesn't look like the sort of thing you find on the usual satellite.
That's not an impact, or
no, it is not.
We don't know what it is.
We do now.
Oh, we do now.
Didn't
all right.
know at the time.
We didn't know at the time.
First saw the photograph coming back from the spacecraft.
I see.
As we got a little closer to the satellite, we saw images like this. Now, this was evidence of lava flow. It looks like a collapsed caldera and a very thin spreading of the dark material, which was thought to be lava. And not only was there one, but if you look at this other bright spot in the image here, you can see something is spouting up there. See, that's a portion of the satellite that's shade, or the dark side. Right. But the material's actually being ejected high enough so it's sunlight. There's atmosphere on Io, so any material coming out of a volcano tends to follow a ballistic trajectory, and it falls back to the surface. And the height of these plumes is something like 150 miles. A lot of material out. So suddenly we understood the surface didn't have any craters.
Yes.
They're all covered up. Apparently this has been going on for billions of years.
Very active.
At the present time now, we have identified 7 active volcanoes which were erupting during the few days that we flew by it. Now, you couldn't see anything like that if you flew by Earth. Volcanoes just don't go off that frequently here. I have several other photographs that demonstrate this a little more clearly. Here is a spout on the limb of the planet, and again you can see the big fountain of material. Now, we have pretty strong evidence that there's a great deal of sulfur coming out of these volcanoes, and that's covering the surface with sulfur, and a fair amount of it is also getting into the magnetosphere and leaving the satellite. There's another photograph of another volcano here. You can actually see the dark material coming and spouting out. And finally, a color version, a rather famous photograph showing an eruption right on the limb of the satellite. It's approximately in true color. Now, for scientific purposes, sometimes we enhance these photographs, and this is a composite photograph that includes some ultraviolet measurements, and you can see up here the eruption, and it enables us to determine the particle size coming out of the vent. So Io, I think, is nominated as the most remarkable object in the solar system. It's a very active volcanic object, and it's probably been going on for billions of years, and its surface is fresh, it's new, it's continually changing day by day.
What a great ride on the range today, partner.
You know, I'm proud to know Space Cowboy.
I'm proud to know Marty.
You know, we just rode, actually we've been to the 2 closest stars in our galaxy today, and you know, but look out there, there's like millions of others that we hadn't been to yet.
You're absolutely right. And think of all that energy out there that can neither be created or destroyed, but only altered in form.
The ride has just begun, partner.
Yeehaw!
When do you think these horses are going to need something to eat or drink?
Well, you know, they're just stardust, just like you and me. We're just walking, talking stardust.
Horses are whining stardust?
Bet. So we'll just have to do our cruise control thing and just ride this range.
Start riding anyway, cowboy.
Well, we started back in the old days when there was very few cars. Actually, there were no cars. They were Conestoga wagons.
No cars, no rocket ships either.
No rocket ships, and we'd still be moving westerly, only the ocean stopped us. Now, we had the technology to go upward and onward.
Beyond the stars?
As we reach beyond the stars.
Space cowboy, what lies beyond the stars?
Our fertile creative imagination.
Man, I can only imagine what that might be. It's like magic.
Roll the tape.
Figure out your special mission as we reach beyond the stars. Imagination will take you there as your vision soars with ours. Many dimensions travel today, our journey goes on forever. Horizons joined across the miles, imagination is our tether. Space Cowboy's been there long before, he lives beyond the stars. Breakfast on Pluto, lunch on Mars, no distance is too far. You can always come along as we travel past the sun. But always, always keep in mind, Space Cowboy is not for everyone.
We are Americans and we are responsible. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Right.